Hi, I'm the Rocky Mountains Dr. Jackson Crawford. I'm an Old Norse specialist who had the fun privilege of being an outside consultant on the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game. Specifically, one of the realms in which I consulted was the writing of some names and words in runes. And one of the most visible examples of that is the name of the hero Eivor. And so what I wanted to show you is a couple of examples of why I ended up writing that name as I did. Now, Eivor is a feminine name. There's also a masculine form, Eivår, and these come from two compounds, or they come from two elements compounded together, as most Old Norse names do. The first element is from the number 1, ein, in Old Norse. It could also be equally from ui or a, meaning always. So either way, it's either one or always. And then the second element, vor, or var, is a worn-down form of the word vorður, meaning guardian. So this is either your lone guardian or your always guardian. Either way, a pretty cool, strong Old Norse name. And if you want more information about what Old Norse names mean, there's another video on my channel where I've talked about that. I'll put that in a card in the top right. Now, the runes that I've used for the words, names, and phrases asked of me for Assassin's Creed Valhalla are the Younger Futhark, which are the Viking-Age runes. The Elder Futhark, which are better known, actually went out of use before the Viking-Age and were never used for the stage of the language we call Old Norse. They were used for an earlier stage that we call Proto-Germanic, or in Scandinavia sometimes Proto-Norse. Now, if we look at some specific inscriptions, we can see almost the same elements as go into the name Eivor. So, in runestone Sö FE 1948-291, we see the words Gjörðu skipvörð. So they made a ship guardian, or they appointed a ship guardian. And so that vörð is the same guardian word as we see in Eivor, and you can see there it is spelled with the Younger Futhark runes ur, or, reið. And those are exactly how I'm spelling the second element in the name Eivor. Now, V's, U's, and actually a lot of other vowels are written with the rune ur, and then the hook O, or O caudata vowel that you see in Eivor is written with the or rune, just like the short a is in, for instance, the masculine form Eivør. So in fact, the runes for the Eivor name are the same. You can also see the way that the ur rune is used to write V on the Hillersjö stone, where you can see varð written with ur for the V. Or another example of the O caudata being written with the or rune in the Hillersjö stone, where you see or for the O caudata in Stöðum, places. Now, the EI part of the name, EI in runes and Younger Futhark for Old Norse, is always written as if it were AI, as we can also see on the Hillersjö stone, where we get Eirik written or is, and then reið is keun, and then ein, one, written as or is neuthr. Now, put those together, the or is for Eirik or ein, and the ur or reið in vorð on SÖ FE 1948-291, and you get Eivor. And by similar processes of carefully basing my spellings on real runestones preserved from the Viking Age, I also was able to render, for example, the famous parts of stanza 77, Dør fe, døya frændur, of Hávamál, meaning cows die, friends die, or relatives die, into historically authentic Younger Futhark, more authentic than I believe you'll find in just about any other historical popular media about the Viking Age. All right, well, I hope that was somewhat interesting or informative for you. And from beautiful Colorado, let me wish you all the best. The whole point of this video channel, the whole point of my books, is to bring good information about these subjects to the people who want it in the places where they're looking for it online. Otherwise, the people who know what they're talking about are all trying to impress each other, talking to each other in the ivory tower, and they're never reaching out to the public. The people who are reaching out to the public on YouTube or wherever else mostly are scared, angry people trying to spread centuries-old, cartoonish, racialist theories and crazy mysticism that has nothing to do with our medieval sources. I want to bring good information about our real medieval sources straight to you in the places where you're looking for it, without an agenda, without trying to set myself up as some ivory tower super genius who's better than you. You can help me do that by donating small monthly amounts on my Patreon. And everyone who does that has my everlasting thanks for your incredible generosity and the way that you help me make a university of my favorite place in the world, the Great Rocky Mountain Outdoors. Well, from now, from the middle of beautiful Colorado, let me wish you good thinking, good skepticism, and all the very best.